In this 18th episode, we are going to develop the best 42 pieces of information about chiller-type equipment that every industrial refrigeration technician should know. If this topic interests you, stay with us and of course subscribe to our channel. If this is the first time you visit us, you can go to episode number 1 of our series, using the link that is appearing on the screen. So let's start with the information. 1. The chiller is a water cooling machine, which is part of the so-called industrial refrigeration, with capacities from 5 to much more than 4,000 refrigeration tons. 2. The first chillers used ammonia as a coolant. 3. The first chilleros used a centrifugal type compressor. 4. The first chiller manufacturers were, in this order, Carrier, Trime and York, all companies in the United States. 5. The chillers with the largest individual capacity known were designed by the York Company with a 10,000-ton refrigeration capacity. 6. Today's most efficient chillers in the world work with magnetic levitation technology. 7. Magnetic levitation allows the axis of the chiller compressor to levitate, and does not have friction on its crankshaft. 8. The SKF company develops highly applicable projects in chillers, a reference with magnetic levitation. 9. The chiller can cool with a compression or absorption cycle. 10. The absorption chiller does not have a compressor. 11. The absorption chiller needs cheap sources of heat to work efficiently, preferably ones that are wasted from other processes. 12. There are chillers, which use natural refrigerants, such as ammonia, propane, and COTWO. 13. The chiller can be a machine with a large cooling capacity, because the water allows energy to be managed very efficiently. 14. The chiller condenser can be water-cooled or air-cooled. 15. The chiller with a water-cooled condenser requires another fresh water circuit and a cooling tower. 16. The water-cooled condenser chiller is used in larger applications. 17. The chiller with a water-cooled condenser requires more maintenance. 18. The air-cooled condenser chiller consumes more electrical energy, but requires less maintenance. 19. The air-cooled condenser chiller is noisier. 20. The use of reciprocating compressors in chillers is becoming less and less common. 21. The scroll-type compressor chiller is very common in a smaller capacity chiller. 22. The scroll compressor chiller must have several compressors to adapt to the demand and reach a high capacity. 23. The screw compressor chiller is more common in medium and high heat load applications. 24. The centrifugal compressor chiller is used in large capacity applications. 25. The first thing that must happen before turning on a chiller is the passage of water through its evaporator. 26. It is common to use the pressure differential of the water inside the chiller cooler, to know the flow that is flowing. 27. The design of the water distribution pipes is a fundamental step for the good performance of the installation. 28. The IPLV is a parameter to measure the efficiency of chiller. 29. In air conditioning applications, it is common to observe a difference of 10 degrees Fahrenheit between the inlet and outlet temperatures of the chiller water. 30. The chilled water plant can have 2 pump stations, one for the chiller called primary, and another for the application of variable flow called secondary. The current trend is to use a single variable flow station. 31. The industrial chiller can be classified according to the temperature range they handle in a conventional industrial chiller, for temperatures greater than 35 degrees Fahrenheit B. Industrial chiller for medium-low temperature, for values between plus 20 degrees Fahrenheit and plus 35 degrees Fahrenheit C. Low temperature industrial chiller, generally between plus 20 and minus 59 F. D. Ultra-low temperature industrial chiller, for ranges between -60 degrees Fahrenheit and -112 degrees Fahrenheit. 32. When there is a danger of freezing the water in the distribution system, glycol must be applied to it to lower its freezing point. 33. The humidity of the environment affects the efficiency of the equipment. 4. The higher the ambient humidity, the less difference there is between the performance of the air-cooled and water-cooled chiller. 35. Air handling units and fan coils are used in chiller systems for air conditioning. 36. The calculation of thermal load is the first step in the selection of a chiller for room conditioning. 37. The calculation of chiller for industrial applications is based on knowing the flows and the lowest temperature of the water that the plant needs. 38. It is usual to take a reference of 2.4 gallons per minute for air conditioning, for each ton of refrigeration that the installation requires. 39. The control with frequency inverter and differential pressure sensor allows to save appreciable energy costs in the pumping system. 40. When there is no variable speed control of the secondary system, the waste of energy is high, because the pressures increase remarkably when the water flows decrease. 41. The high efficiency of a chiller is based on being able to adapt to the partial loads that the installation may need. 42. Low delta Q syndrome is a very common failure in chilled water plants. It is currently appearing as a link to episode number 19 of our water chiller series. But first remember to subscribe to Mundo Chiller. Thanks for joining us.